Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be learning for loops in Java. So let's say you want to do something a number of times, like print out text 100 times or 10 times. Uh, with the knowledge that you have right now, what you do is basically we can write system.out.println a number of times and do that task. For example, if I want to print out hello 10 times, what I will do is system.out.println hello, and I can just copy and paste this 10 times, and we will get, and if I run the code, we will get hello this number of times, right? So in the console we can see that we have hellos, but this is a very inefficient code because we are just repeating this over and over again. So there is a better way to do this, which is called loops, and the first type of loops in Java is called for loops. So for loops is very simple actually, and I will also tell you the logic behind them. So what you start with is the keyword for, and it takes in three arguments. The first argument is the starting condition, the second one is the ending condition, and the third one is basically the increment. So you make a variable, let's say like int I, and you start at the starting position, which is usually 0. Then you put the second condition, which is how much you want to go to. So let's say I want to print out hello 10 times, so I will just say I is less than 10. And then how much do you want to go by? So from 0 to 1, then 2, then 3, right? I want to print out 10 hellos, so I will just say I plus plus. And then what I do, I just say system.out.println hello, and I'm also going to put increment. I'm also going to concatenate I with hello, and I will also tell you the logic behind this. So if I run the code, what it's going to do is it's going to give me a counting like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 9. Actually, let's start with 1 and let's go until I is less than or equal to 10. Now it's going to start at 1, not 0, and it's going to give us 10 hellos like that. So if I make the console big, there you go, you can see that we have this. So the way this works is very simple. All you're doing is making a variable called I, just like we did in the previous videos. For example, all you're doing is this. You can even do that and not even create the variable here. Some people do that, some people don't. It's just a convention. It doesn't really matter. You can even declare your I here, and then what you're doing is you're checking if I, which is 1 in this case, is less than or equal to 10. So 1 is less than 10, yes it is. So what you're doing here is you're saying increment 1 and make it 2. So, and what do you want to do? I want to print out hello. So now you check, now I is 2. So now you check, is 2 less than 10? Yes it is. Increment it by 1 and make it 3. So you print out hello again. Now is 3 less than 10? So on and so forth until you come to 10, and then you check, is 10 less than or equal to 10? Yes, 10 is equal to 10. So you make it 11 and you go write this out 10th time. Now you go back and make it 11. Is 11 less than or equal to 10? No, it's greater, right? So what do? It just comes out because this condition is false. When this condition is false, it comes out of the for loop. It comes out right here, okay? And then the for loop is done. So for loops are very useful when you know that you want to do some task a number of times, when you know how many times you want to repeat the task. If you don't know how many times you want to repeat something or how many times you want to do a task, then you use another type of loop called while loop, which we will learn in the next video. And loops are actually very important in programming, so practice them a lot. And in the next video also we will create like a multiplication table program where you can enter a number and you can get a multiplication table for that number using for loops. So thanks for watching the video, and I hope you liked it. Don't forget to comment if you have any questions. I will answer it as soon as I can. So thanks for watching the video again.